Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and it's been a while, folks. I just haven't had the strength to make videos, or I haven't had the will or want or anything to make videos. I had a real bout of there was a bug going around, and me and Sally got it very, very bad last week. That was started last Friday, and I'm only just getting back to where I can cope again. It was diarrhea and projectile vomiting, and it lasted for about 3 days. But by gosh, as you get a wee bit older, these things really take their toll on you, and it really did just ground me and Sally. We're just getting back where we're half alive again. But anyhow, let's talk about videos. I decided I was going to do a tiny wee bit of work this morning just to see how I would get on, and it was the bottom of a skirting board. We live on the first floor of an apartment block, and we have two dogs, and the little small dogs that pee like St. Bernards. But during the night time, because we live up so high, they'll go into the bathroom. We have mats down for them, and they're very good. They go in and do their pee in the bathroom. But sometimes the youngest one, it's a bit of a pain in the neck, and he misses. And it got round the skirting board, and I've sort of not dealt with it for ages. And then the wood has started to go punky, which is ridiculous. I know I shouldn't be telling the trade secrets, but anyhow, I decided I would fix it today. And I wanted to pick a knife to go and fix it. Well, it was going to be a work knife. And I went into my drawer as normal, and I have quite a few knives that I would call work knives, and I'll show you a few of them. But I decided I was going to have something like a sod buster. And I mean, this is my EDC sod buster. This is the case, although it's sod buster, there isn't a bird eye pivot on it, so to me, not exactly a real sod buster per se, but it's a sod buster, and it's just beautiful. It's a lovely slim. It just goes in your pocket. Lovely, really lovely EDC carry. So I took that one out and decided no, I needed something a bit more sturdy. The other sod buster, and it's not a sod buster. This has a bolster, but it's a Shing Custom, and it is nearly exactly the same. In fact, it is exactly the same size as a case sod buster, but it's that pattern. It's a little bit thicker. The blade's a little bit thicker. It's just an all-around great knife, and this is in Magna Cut, and this is my posh work carry, if you like. I can't ever foresee me doing any real big work with it, but I enjoy carrying it. It's just a beautiful knife, just a great jackknife, for whatever else. It's lovely. It's a bit more sturdy. But because I was going to be digging into the bottom of a skirting to take away that wood that had got a bit damp, I chose this. And now, this is the Rosecraft. This is their version of the sod buster. Now, it's not a bird's eye pivot, but it is a big pivot, which looks nice, looks the part. That makes me feel like it's a sod buster. I don't have a number 71 anymore with GEC. I was using other knives, just wasn't using it, so I passed it off and got something else for the money, which is what I tend to do. And I've done that, I don't know how many times with 71s, because they're easy to move on. But I took this out and actually put it to some work. My God, what a flippin' sod buster. What a knife. It's just... And I am a shill for Rosecraft. I mean, they give me these and I review them, and I do it with pleasure because every single one of their knives works perfectly. It might not be my favourite, but I have got so many Rosecraft because I can't get rid of them. They're just too good. But this is the first time I actually put it to work. And then when I finished with it, it's in D2. When I finished with it, I sharpened it. And I took... the D2 heat treating this is fantastic. It took no time at all. I actually just used a big ceramic stone and sharpened it. It came back in no time at all, and it's razor sharp again. So I loved using this, really loved using it. Fantastic in hand. I could get a lot of purchase on the handle grip. I thought it was not short of doing anything. So I really, really enjoyed that. Now, in picking one of these knives and having a wee look, I found out that my laziness has caught up with me. I was talking about it recently on a show that I've got very lazy with sharpening. I'm not always resharpening my knives that I say I do in my YouTube. I'll sharpen them every night. I got into a habit of not doing it and putting them back in, maybe not sharp enough, but not razor sharp, like I used to do a lot. It was keep things razor sharp. So there's my admission for today. I've got sharpening lazy. And it's not like me because I like sharpening, but I just got out of the habit of it. And this one is not sharp. Now I use this, although it's not what I would call a work knife. I use this in an EDC, and I love using it. It's a super knife, really nice knife, and I really enjoy using it. But this was sharp, and this was sharp, but this one wasn't. And after I'd finished sharpening this one, I thought I'm going to check my other work knives out. Now, before I get on to the other work knife, this is fantastic. If you haven't got a Rosecraft, one of these, this is the working man. I believe that's what it's called. I can't remember all the names. But this is in wood, and it's checkered. It is just phenomenal for the price of it. It's only about 60 quid. It's just phenomenal. Just a phenomenal knife. And I will use this much more as a work knife now that I've got into the... Sometimes I just need to get into the way of things. I've got so many knives to choose from. But I decided I would go through the rest of my sort of what I call my working knives and just see what they're like. This is one that I use an awful lot. This is my big spay blade that Ashley made me. This is a fantastic on a trapper handle, which is the most comfortable handle that Ashley does, I believe. Just a super big bulky knife, but it was a bit broad to stick in. But it was sharp, which is a good thing. And I took this with me because this isn't just in stainless steel. This was about a £7 knife, and I sort of revamped it a bit. The wood used to come up and just stop straight up here, and I curved it all down to the bolsters. I've sanded it. This is just cheap hardwood. I sanded it all down, oiled it, and I don't even know what the steel is. It's a Chinese stainless, but it's pretty good for a £7 knife, let me tell you. I don't know what it is. One of the CRs, probably, but super little knife. I love it for poke and hoke, and you can get in and really, and I don't worry about it for £7. And you can still get them now. This was from, oh gosh, forgotten the name. Doesn't matter. Forgotten the name of it. Whitby and Co. I got it, and you can still buy them today. I think they're £7. But just a super little Warncliffe blade. Absolutely fantastic. So that was sharp, and I used that with me today. I got this recently, and I have sharpened it after I used it. This has been pretty well used. It's gone nearly grey already. It's just been in great use. This is the 3 rivet knife from Otter Messer, an absolute gem of a work knife. But for some reason, it's a little bit more expensive than the Rosecraft, but it's a really beautiful knife. And I decided I wanted to test the Rosecraft, so this stayed on the Rosecraft because I have been using this and testing it. But before the Rosecraft, before their Sodbuster, this was my favourite working Rosecraft. This is just an absolute belter of a knife. It is lovely, and I keep this sharp. I've kept it sharp. I've used it a lot. It is just fun. It's big. I can get a full grip, spread my fingers out, comfortable big grip if I want to do any prolonged cutting. So it was brilliant. So that's enough working knives for now to show you. So these were all sharp, which was fine. But here's 3, and they're 3 of my favourite knives. And would you believe every single one of them wasn't sharp? This is the first Ashley I ever got, first Ashley custom. This is a sheep's foot in blue bone. Lovely, real comfortable grip, 4-finger grip, an easy open notch there. This is a super knife. Not what I wanted today because I needed something to poke in. Now, I could do it with this, but that was why I went for the Sodbuster, just for all-round goodness. This is beautiful, blunt as butter. You can actually see where it's actually, I think there's actually where the blade is just dull. It's dull as dishwater. So that needs a sharpen. One of my favourite knives again, my TC Barlow. I use this so regular as an EDC knife. Dull as butter. And I mean dull. And then this, a custom knife, which you'd think I would take more care of. Not in the slightest. This is one of my favourite customs. This is a Dean Robertson, the Dino pattern, with my lovely bone and this ivory stag in here. Just gorgeous. but it's as dull as dishwater. So that is not a great comparison. So I had one that wasn't sharp enough, 2, 3, 4 that are dull. So these 3 are going to be sharpened today, well, in the next couple of days, because before I do my next video, I'm going to show you that they're sharp, because they were just, it embarrassed me. Have you ever got like that where you just, I mean, I do love sharpening. I love hand sharpening. That's my thing. So it doesn't take me that long. It's not like getting out a big machine and setting it up and changing. I just hand sharpen and that's it. And most of my knives are in that steel where I just need 1,000 grit stone, which is what I use. It's a hard 1,000, it's a spray and go stone. Absolutely super. It takes minutes. But I've just been putting it off and got lazy. So, I suppose I've been feeling lazy this last week because I've done nothing. Well, not that I could, and it's sort of, do you want to know, I enjoyed getting back and using a simple knife for cutting away punkwood at the bottom of a thing, and then I had to put some cement in there to sort of heal it up, and I'll sand it off tomorrow and paint it. But it was nice to get back to doing a little bit of work. It was nice to go in and have these choices. I still love coming into my room looking for a knife and have that joy of picking one, because I've got quite a few to choose from, but it is a joy to pick a knife. And then when you pick one and you use it, you think, pick the right one. And this today just shone. I'll have to say, it really did shine. What a fantastic knife. And I don't know if anybody else is like me. I am missing Rosecraft new releases. It's been a while, and I know there's been all this China-American thing, and they're from China, so God love them. They must be going through it. It must be a nightmare for them trying to get them over at a price they can afford. So it'll be interesting to see when they come out. I can't give you a date. I can't give you models. Can't give you anything because I haven't hassled Andy because why should I? He'll get them out when he can. He's been doing lots of sales. So if you're not getting there, go over to Rosecraft Blades. There's sales on at the minute of knives, and you can still get knives at Heine. Just go and get them. I mean, they are just, and if you can get one of these and you like a sodbuster, let me tell you, this will blow your mind. This will blow your mind. It's about 60 quid, about the same price as that there, I suppose. But honestly, the difference having a D2 blade and this beautiful checkered wool handle, it's just a joy to use. And it's now going to become one of my favourites when I want to do stuff that's, that I maybe don't want to use this custom for. Although, to be honest with you, this custom gets used for everything. But my other knives, this gets used for everything and has done for years. This is just a baller of a work knife. So there you go. I'm going to do a bit of sharpening, bring myself back to respectability, and then every day that I'm doing a video, I'm going to pick a couple of knives, check if there's any dull ones, and maybe do 2 at a time so that I don't just ruin the joy. So there you go. It's lovely to be back. Thank you very much if you've waited patiently for a video. As always, you're just amazing people out there. If you like the video, just hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. You'd be very welcome in the crew. And comment really does make the difference to me. Thank you very much indeed. So that's my work knives. That's my collection of work knives. And out of all that, there was 4 not sharp. That is bad. That is bad in my life, and I can't let that happen. So I'm going to get a bit more proactive in resharpening after I use them. Take care, Paddy's away for a cup of tea. It's so nice to be back with you. Bye-bye now.